Hi guys, it's Kate again. Today we're gonna learn how to edit a photo and create our own photo filter. We're gonna be using a program called Adobe Lightroom. It's available on iOS and Android. It's a free app. All you gotta do is just set up an email account with it. We're gonna get started. So I'm gonna open up the app and I have this picture of a flower. This flower is obviously the central focus of this photo. It's dead center, it's really big. But I wanna try and get rid of the background more so we really focus on that flower. So in the top right here, there's a bunch of different buttons here that give you a lot of different editing tools. This very top one is gonna give you most of the basic controls. So I'm gonna hit this top little button right here that says light. I'm gonna open that up. So I know this kind of looks a little confusing. There's a lot of little buttons and knobs, but I'm gonna try and show you the basic idea, because a lot of this is just figuring it out yourself. That's kind of the fun part. So I'm gonna go to the beginning here. This top one says exposure, and if you turn it to the left, things get darker. If you go to the right, things get lighter. So obviously we don't want it like this, or like this. We're gonna have it nice in the middle, okay? I'm gonna probably make it a little darker because I wanna make sure the background is darker so we can really focus on the light on the flower. So I'm gonna mess with the next thing called contrast. This kind of highlights the darker tones with like shadows, darker colors. I'm gonna move it to the right so we can get a little bit more higher values in the lights and darker values in the darks. Again, you're gonna learn more about how these buttons work the more you just mess with them yourself. So I kind of like how this looks with the shadows. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna mess with the color now. So that's the one right below light. So right here, there is a little scroll that says temp. This has to do with the temperature. And just like how we perceive things, you can change the temperature to blue, which makes it cold, or you can change the temperature to orange, which makes it warm. So I kind of want to tweak it a little toward the blue side. That gives good contrast. So I'm going to change a little bit of the vibrance. Vibrance kind of makes colors pop a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and go down and exit out of there and go to the effects. The effects have a multitude of uses. This top one is called texture. This adds a little bit more texture to the photo. You can really see what things feel like. If you go all the way to the left, it makes it smooth. If you go to the right, it makes it a little more rugged. The clarity also messes with color as well and highlights lighting. I'm gonna change the vignette, and it's kind of a really weird word, but that basically adds a black border around stuff. It kind of makes it faded. That works right there. And now I'm gonna mess with split toning. You can get to there at the bottom of the effects page, and all split toning does is basically changes what the color of the highlights are and the color of the shadows. Highlights is basically like, you see my face right now, there's light shining on me. And the shadows are basically shadows. Like if I was standing in front of the sun, I'd have a shadow in front of me, or behind me, sorry. So I'm gonna change the color of the highlights, and I'm gonna kind of make it this pink color. This blue, purple, pink-ish. So now that looks totally different than what it usually looks like. So that's kind of the fun you can have with this. You can change colors of anything. So I'm gonna change the shadows again, and I'm gonna make it kind of this blue. And you're already gonna see this kind of cool contrast. So I'm gonna exit out of there, and I kind of like that. And to show you what we've worked on, I'm gonna go ahead and hit just one finger on the photo, and it's gonna show you what it looked like at the beginning, and you can let go, and it's gonna show you the work you just did. I think that looks pretty cool. You can definitely do that with any photo you've ever taken. You do it on selfies, landscapes, inside your house, tree outside, whatever. I just found this photo of this flower and I thought it looked really cool and I thought it could be cooler. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and edit your own photos and you can send it to us at virtual@greatclouds.org or post it online with the hashtag virtualbgcbfc. Thanks.